All right, so this is day one of getting to work. So my goal here is trying to figure out where I left off when I was last working on the app. Like I said before, I took a break from working on the app where I was trying to learn how to make YouTube videos and learn the editing and learn how to set it up and creating the scripts and everything like that. So it was fairly time consuming, and it definitely did not leave room for the app because it took most of my time. But essentially what I'm going to do today is, I have my app written in this notebook pretty much. I literally have it, drawn out, right? So basically, I have it all drawn out, and I'm going to organize it and make sure everything is online. So what I have done in the past is I would take a picture of it with Cam Scanner, the app, and then I would upload it onto Figma and organize everything properly, and that way my UI developer can go in, look at everything, how it is, the flow of how everything I've created, and then just recreate it in a digital format. But I'm not entirely sure where I left off, so essentially I am going to go through this book, make sure everything that is already written and created is on there, so that way I can look at it and see what else needs to be made. Cue time lapse. So that was a pretty solid session right there. Essentially what I did is I went through my notebook to see what it was that I had already written down, and then I went through Figma to see what was already created, what is already in prototype, what screenshots of my notebook do I already have in there. Because what I'm trying to do is make sure the prototype is laid out, the wireframe, the certain pages that it needs to go to. So when I'm looking at, for instance, I have a Talking with God section, or hearing God's voice, I should say, where it leads you through and every page of what it should look like when you're going through the pipeline of the first screen, the second screen, the third screen, what happens when you press a button, what screen pops up when you hit that button. And so I need a certain amount of these to be able to create the prototype to eventually create a video to launch a Kickstarter. And so what I did is I had a Google Doc open, and I started just writing down all the things that I need to get done, what else needs to be built in order to bring my UI UX developer back in, so that way they can create it into a functioning app. Or what I should say is probably a functioning prototype. I already have essentially 2 of the tracking pieces completed. So what I need to do is just refine it a little bit more, and then maybe do the Bible one too. I don't have to do the Bible one, but I think it'll be good to just have all 3 done. Because I'm just gonna, with the MVP, if you don't know what MVP means, it's minimum viable product. I mean, I have these great grand ideas of what the app will look like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, which I want to be developed, but that's just not feasible to just get the app out to the market. So I have a few pictures in here that just need to be uploaded, and I can't do that when I'm using my camera. So I'm gonna finish this up and maybe move on to the next thing. Okay, so I got the screenshots uploaded. I have everything that is written in my notebook on my computer in Figma now. But I'm noticing that there's a couple wireframes that I need to develop, such as the Bible wireframe, where you can go in and track your Bible time. And so there's a couple components that I need to have an idea for. So what I'm gonna do before I get into designing that is I am going to pray. I'm gonna go spend some time with God. I'm gonna go worship Him, praise His name, seek Him for guidance. And then what I'll do is I'll come back and start drawing it on a whiteboard. Actually, I think I'm gonna get a snack first. So I just need something like quick and easy to get me through, because I'm gonna go have some brisket later. If y'all never been to Terry Blacks, some good stuff right there. But basically, I'm just gonna take some saltines, peanut butter, and a little bit of honey, and just make a quick little snack. That way I can get right into praising God. That was good. That was really good. It's always good to make sure you got some water anytime you're about to eat some peanut butter. So with that done, I'm going to go worship and talk to God and figure out the next steps and then start whiteboarding. So that was really good. That was a good time. I think I spent maybe 20, maybe 30 minutes talking with God. There was a part where I was just praising him and worshiping him and thanking him and then praying for certain aspects of the app. There was other parts where I was just hearing his voice and talking to him and having dialogue with him as I cleaned up around the room. But there was a part where I was talking with God and he was reminding me that I haven't been 100% obedient to him. Because he gave me instructions a couple weeks ago to start pursuing some of the trauma that I've experienced, because that is the season that I've also been in, is I've been going after a lot of trauma that I've experienced in my life. But I haven't been super active in doing that. I picked up a book on it that talks about that you need to write 20 minutes for 4 days in a row about your craziest trauma. And I haven't been doing it. It's funny too because I went through a marriage intensive with my wife, and one of the things I went into was the attachment styles, the 5 attachment styles, and I learned that I am the avoider. So as I'm talking to God, I'm like, God, why am I not doing this? He's like, well, you're avoiding it. That's your natural style, and that comes in through relationship, right? So when I encounter an issue or a problem or trauma that's facing me head on, I'm just like, it's okay. It is what it is, that type of personality. But that's not okay. You shouldn't be avoiding it, and I shouldn't be avoiding it. But my natural inclination is not to pursue the hard things of my life and my deep emotions, which I'm working on. But that could be a video for another time. I did start praying for the right people to start coming into my life to assist me with this app. I started praying for revelation anytime I came into an area of the app that's not created. So creative wisdom and revelation to come upon me as I develop, and then had God remind me of the promises that are around this app. So all in all, it was a really, really good time. I'm glad I did that. I feel like it centered me up. I am hungry again, but I'm gonna be eating a little bit later, So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to work a little bit on whiteboarding the app before my wife gets home, and then I have to go meet up with some friends for their birthday. So let's go. Come on. Okay, so this is where I typically work. It's in the hallway on the whiteboards that I got posted up here. I'm probably gonna have to change that just because I want you to be able to see it more clearly. And so, yeah, that's really the only reason. But I typically work in this hallway. I'm gonna erase this and get started on the next functionality of the app, which is more what the Bible tracking is going to look directly like. Like I said, I haven't been working on it so often, so it took a little bit. I had to go get some extra power strength to get it all off. But we got a fresh start. Okay, I moved to this side. This actually looks pretty good. I'm looking at it in the camera, and the light's right there, so it's coming right off. Maybe I can get an additional light just to make it a little easier. And maybe I won't have to move. That'd be great. My wife is home, so I'm taking a break. Filming. Okay, so when my wife got home, I ended up stopped working, got dressed, and left for my buddy's birthday at Terry Blacks, which is this bomb barbecue spot here in Austin. So I think I'm done working on the app for tonight. But I do feel like I got a good amount of work in from my first day kind of back after a couple months of trying to build YouTube in a different way. I was able to work on what I want the Bible tracking section to start looking like, so I'm getting more of an idea of what that's going to take place as. And today was just kind of a long day. But I did learn a very interesting lesson today, and that is my wife does not like it when the house is dirty and I'm vlogging. So I had to clean up the house today, a good amount, which is great. I love living in a clean house, so it'll be fun. But that comes to the end of this video, and let me know in the comments what thing are you working on that you're going after. And don't forget to make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content where I'll be releasing consistent videos of documenting my process as I build this app for Christians as a Christian.